Right, first of all, I'm going to piss you off. It's nice to see all of you here, but it would be nice if I seen you down by the picket line, which I haven't done. But needless to say, right, I'll go through some information that I've got leading up to it. Obviously, I'm a trustee, and a new trustee as well, so I can't really divulge too much information, but what I can divulge I will tell you about. I don't know if you're aware of a guy called Philip Woodward, who is a paymaster of the UK Pension Fund. We've got documentation that shows this man, Philip Woodward, the paymaster, failing his duty as a trustee to declare a conflict of interest, because at the time that he was a trustee, he was overseeing Project Protea. I don't know if you're aware of Project Protea. Project Protea is a Belfast thing, which a few years ago they dual sourced their work to South Africa, their fuel rails. Now this guy, Philip Woodward, not only was a paymaster of the UK Visteon Fund, but he was also overseeing the whole operation, which means that he did have a conflict of interest, did not declare a conflict of interest. When VS managers transferred out the UK pension scheme, the what-if scenario of the Visteon UK going into administration was being discussed. So he had a good opportunity to say that he had a conflict of interest, but he decided not to. Now, I don't know if you know this, but all evidence points to the VES trustees being compliant in the act of knowingly putting the Visteon UK pension fund in a worse state. Now, this is a criminal act. If a trustee deliberately, knowingly puts that pension fund in a worse situation, then that is a criminal act. Now, that's not only this guy, Phil Woodward. What we believe, Jerry Campbell, who's from Belfast, believes that if he can do what he done to Belfast, then there's other people on the VES board, VES people on the Visteon UK pension board, that were doing the same thing to Basildon and Enfield. And that's what we're looking at. We're also concerned that the VES employees could be offered early retirement. Now, obviously, you know that the VES employees have now got their own pension scheme. Now, if they're offered early retirement and will therefore be removing funds from the VES pension scheme, the VES pension scheme was actually set up using funds from our scheme. And by taking these funds, helped to put the UK Visteon Fund into a pre-PPF state. So that's the same with Linamar, with Swansea, and that's the same with the flowback workers, the Ford workers as well. So because of this concern, we the trustees are asking the union solicitors, we're working with Angela as well, and the regulators, we also want our union officials and our union solicitors to place an injunction which will freeze all movements of the VES pension and Linamar pension scheme until an investigation has been made. Now, I've been on emails today, and so have the guys from Belfast as well, on to Roger Madison and Georgina Hurst, about making sure that we do an injunction to stop them doing this. Because we could get a situation where they are allowed to have early retirement and live nice and happily while we have all got our pension